Here, this is an answer to Commissioner Cannon's question earlier about sort of next year and some public input. We're proposing, again, with this new federal process, we wanted to share this with you and then, I guess, welcome any comments you have. We're proposing to solicit public comments for all migratory game birds from October 15th to November 15th. That'll give us time to prepare the draft or the preview agency recommendations for the January commission meeting. And again, this would include the operational crane season preview, and then the final agency recommendation where we'll ask you to take action on these two new proclamations will be at the February commission meeting of next year, 2017. So, and I would propose that this would be the standard annual process of the timing of public comments on waterfowl and all migratory game birds, and then also the proclamations. So this is what we think will happen from here on out. So instead of being the last folks in with regulations, we'll be the first folks in as far as our annual hunting seasons. And that's all I had.
No more questions.
What sort of harvest numbers do we have for the rails, moorhens, and gallinoodles?
That's a good question. I didn't look those up. They're fairly low. They're a hard group of hunters to sample when the federal government does their HIP surveys. I can look those up and bring them back to you if you like.
I'm just curious. One might have seen me, but I don't know that I've ever seen one of them. So
they're called secretive marsh birds for a reason. You've got to go find them. The moorhen is the one that you'd be most likely to see. It looks like a coot. It's got a little red shield on it instead of a white beak like a coot, but I'm sure you've seen those. You just didn't know what they were, maybe.
Question.
Joe, you said those dates that you just showed up there, earlier you said had to be, your recommendation had to be sent in the fall, right? Like we would have had to send in recommendations last fall.
The
So is that not the case this year? Because we're not going to discuss it again till the same time we are right now.
Let's see, this year in September, we'll have a flyway meeting, and there we'll hear the proposed season regulations. We'll look at the BPOPs and those kind of things. And so when we'll have an idea.
But you're not going to have any public comments? Okay. We'll get those before we decide.
Right, right. So in January, we'll know what the frameworks are from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. So you'll be acting on actually finalized regulations. I think finalized. Our season selections, this gets down in the weeds, but we have to tell the feds by April 30th what our seasons are going to be every year. So this year, right after the April meeting, once you folks finalize our seasons, we'll submit them immediately. This will allow us a little more time to do that. One thing I forgot to mention is that normally we have harvest estimates for. We don't normally present rail, but waterfowl harvest and goose harvest. Those numbers come out in July every year, late July, and so we'll have to work on when we present those to you folks. And it could be that we do that at January. They'll be 6 months old, but we do want to share those with you. We don't have them available now, and that the timing of that will not change, even with this new federal process. Should I just continue?
Sure.
Okay.
Continue, please.
So we have for your consideration and action today. Could I get the lights? We have for your consideration some proclamations from Region 2 and Region 4, I believe. These are proclaiming state lands either as public hunting areas, the PHA acronym that you see here, or also or as a refuge. And so we've got proclamations 1613, 1616, 1617, 18, 21, and 22 that are all in Region 2. Therefore, the Cowan Marsh Public Hunt Area, Hog Creek Refuge, Little Creek Refuge, Mill Creek Bottoms Refuge, Murphy Spring Refuge, and Shady Park Public Hunt Area. And I'll show you a map here with the location of these. These are for Region 2, areas that have been previously unproclaimed lands. So they're not new purchases. We've had them for some time. And then also in Region 4, Proclamations 16, 11, 12, 14, 15, 19, and 20, Big Springs Public Hunt Area, Cove Creek Wildlife Management Area, Ford Swamp Refuge, Henderson Swamp Public Hunt Area, Miller Island SFA, is that State Fishing Area? Okay. And then Mullins Island Public Hunt Area. And again, a map of Region 4 of their locations. So we recommend you pass these proclamations as presented.
Make a motion.
I have a motion,
Second.
I have a second. Discussion from the audience. Any discussion from the commission? No discussion,
This will be a committee vote first, is that
be a
correct?
committee vote.
Thank you.
Everyone in favor?
Aye.
Everyone opposed? No opposed? Proclamation 16-11 through 16-22 passes. Passes the committee. Chairman Cannon, the Wildlife Committee and I recommend passage of proposed Proclamation 16-11 through 16-22.
Chairman Teague, thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion on the commission as a whole? One more opportunity for the public? If not, all in favor of approval of these proclamations, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The proclamations as presented by the committee are approved. Thank you, Chairman Teague.
Thank you. Any other business or discussion for the Wildlife Committee? That concludes our committee.
Chairman Teague, thank you so much. Mr. Benedict, well done, very well done. Thank you, sir. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll come back and begin with retention and recruitment. Thank you so much.